Good morning, children.
Yeah.
We're here at McDonald's Playroom.
Okay, first question. Do First Nations believe in one God?
Yes, we believe in one God. There's only one God. Whether you call him Allah, whether you call him Buddha, whether you call him Jesus, God, whether you call him Takashala, there's all sorts of names, but there's only one God that we believe in. That we believe there's only one God, one Creator.
Okay, the First Nations believe that everything has a spirit.
Everything has a spirit. Because the power of God made everything, so he put his spirit into everything. He put a bit of his essence into everything. The same being that made you, made me, made the horse, made the grass, made the stars, made the sun, made the moon, made water, made the earth. So the same being, whatever name you want to name him, or her, whatever, right? Is a bit of that spirit from that being in everything, all creation.
Okay. Do all First Nations all have the same belief system?
There's different. The fundamentals, I guess, would be much the same, but there's in First Nations. There's different cultures. There's Dakota, there's Lakota, there's Nakota, and the Sioux, and then there's Cree, there's Bush Cree, there's Plains Cree, and then there's Soto, there's Dene, there's all sorts, but the fundamentals are basically all the same. That we all believe that there's one Creator, and that His Spirit is in everything.
Okay. Is there a special person, like a priest, who is the spiritual leader in First Nation communities? If yes, what does the person do? And are there any regular services?
Yes, priests come out to our reserves. A lot of Indian bands have churches as well. Like there's not only one way. We don't force anybody with a way to pray. Whatever's up, it's up to them which way they want to pray. A lot of reserves have churches, but to maybe to get into your question a little deeper, we're not. They don't call them priests. They call them spiritual leaders or elders or pipe carriers.
Okay. What's the significance of the pipe?
The significance of the pipe was brought to us by the White Buffalo Calf woman 19 generations ago, overlooking horses, the previous keeper of the White Buffalo Calf pipe. It was brought to us. The stem is male, and the redness is the redness that flows in all of our veins. Nobody's blood is green or blue unless you're sick. Every culture on earth, everybody's blood is red, and that's what the pipe, the bowl represents, and that represents the male. In everything, there's a balance. There's a male and female. So in all nature, in all walks of life, there's male and female. Same with plants, everything. So and the stem represents the woman. You can't do anything unless you have that duality. So when you put those together, that's when you feel that pipe. That's when your smoke, when you inhale that in a good way, and then the message goes to the Creator.
What is the significance of
Eagle feathers are held in high regard because we believe, they fly closer to the Creator. They fly the closest, they fly the highest. So to us, in all native cultures, they're held very high, very, very high items to have or to hold, I would say, because of their significance that they have. To us, that we believe that they fly the highest to the Creator, and the closest, that they bring the messages to the Creator a lot quicker when you use the eagle feather at different ceremonies.
What is the difference between a rain dance and a sun dance?
I'll say for a rain dance, the terminology that's a new term, a modern term, and the real term is thirst dance. It's dancing without water for 4 days. So the rain dance is really, the terminology is a thirst dance, and you have different carvings that are on the pole. So I can't get into that, but I'm going to say that what you're dancing for, either it's the sun or the rain, what you're going to put on your pole. So the rain dance is for what Cree people use. That's their ceremony for fasting in the spring. It's about sacrifice. So people are sacrificing sleep, they're sacrificing food, they're sacrificing water, and probably 90% of the time, it's not for themselves, but it's for other people that are sick.
And what is the proper term for First Nations, like Native, Aboriginal?
There's a lot of people have different viewings on that because Aboriginal people and all these different terms, and that's where First Nations came out, stemmed from that, is because that we are, well, first of all, we are native to this land, and secondly, that we are the First Nations here. And it has been proven that skeletons that were found in Washington, D.C., Washington, I think about 7 years ago, they were trying to disprove that Indian people came across the Bering Strait and how many years ago, blah, blah, blah. But this skeleton is, I forget what man they called it. It was about 7 or maybe even longer, maybe 10 years ago, they found it in Washington. And that was the same, native DNA, for lack of a better term. I'm not sure how they narrowed it down, but they did it. And it was native rather than Caucasian DNA. And I forget how old that man is. That was the oldest man they found in Washington. Okay, you want to do these all in French now?
No, that's basically it.